All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. You know, we like to really dig into the nitty-gritty here.
That's right. Get past the headlines. See what's really going on.
Yeah, and today we're talking some hockey. Specifically,
Vancouver, right?
Vancouver Canucks. Yeah.
Big trade.
They made a huge trade, and there's just been a ton of fallout from it.
It's everywhere. All over the news.
And we're going to try to unpack that today and see, what went down, why it went down, what some of the ripple effects are.
Exactly, because this is way more than just a trade, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This is like a whole kind of shift in the team, in the organization.
Potentially, yeah. And it really makes you think about, what's going on behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes, yeah, for sure.
Like, was this the right move?
Exactly. Big question.
So to get everybody on the same page, we're talking about the Canucks trading JtMiller to the New York Rangers. Huge trade.
Blockbuster.
And I guess the best place to start is just with, the nuts and bolts of the trade. What actually happened?
Yeah, absolutely. So Miller, he's gone to the Rangers. With him went defenseman Eric Brandstrom. And then prospect Jackson Dorrington, his rights went as well.
Okay.
So that's quite the package.
Big package.
In return, Canucks got Philip Sheetal, Victor Mancini, a defenseman, and the big piece, a first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
Which is always,
Gold.
golden ticket.
Yeah. So on paper, it looks like, maybe a decent trade.
Yeah, standard. You see this kind of thing happen all the time in the NHL.
Right, right. But then you start looking at, the reaction from the people involved, and things start to get a little bit interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, this is where the deep dive gets good.
Yeah. So we got some reporting here from Frank Saravalli, who is, very well-respected NHL insider, and he's saying that some of the Canucks players are not happy with this trade.
No, not at all. And that's huge, right? For that to come out, that players are actually voicing their discontent, that they think management made the wrong move.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, okay. This is something, deeper going on here.
Definitely. And then you've got, former NHL player Ryan Whitney, right? And he is just, losing it over the street. He's furious.
As it going off.
Oh, yeah. From a Canucks fan perspective, he's like, this is the worst thing that could have happened.
Right. And the thing is, he doesn't actually say who he thinks they should have traded.
Yeah.
But he's adamant that they traded the wrong guy.
Very adamant. So it's like, what's he seeing that maybe we're not seeing?
Right.
Is there something more to Miller's value than, just the stats, the points? Or maybe there was a better deal out there that the Canucks missed.
Exactly.
That's the big question, right?
Yeah. And I think to answer that question, we need to talk about Elias Pettersson.
The other big name in all of this.
Exactly. So he's been underperforming, right?
Yeah, he hasn't been having the best season.
And a lot of people were pointing the finger at Miller.
Like he was the scapegoat, that their dynamic wasn't working, and that was holding Pettersson back.
Right. So now Miller's gone. The pressure's all on Pettersson. Yeah. It's like, okay, show us what you got.
And it's not just pressure to perform. It's like the weight of the entire franchise is now on his shoulders. Can he be the guy? Did they make a mistake by not trading him instead?
Right. So, we've got this little snippet here. Canucks, they just played the Avalanche. They won. They shut them out.
Big win.
Huge win. But Pettersson, he didn't score. No assists. 0 points.
Which, it feeds the narrative, right? That he's not stepping up when they need him most.
Yeah, but on one game. Right? Is that enough to...
It's tough to say it's just one game. But it definitely, adds fuel to the fire. I mean, if you look at his point production since the trade, it's not terrible.
Right.
But it is significantly below his career average. And then you start digging into the advanced stats, Corsi, Fenwick, all that stuff. Yep. He's not generating as many offensive chances. So there's definitely something there.
Yeah, it's not just a fluke.
Exactly. But the question is it all on him? Or are the Canucks maybe trying to play a different style now?
More balanced, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they're trying to move away from relying on one superstar to carry the load.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it's a complex situation.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. And then there's this whole other layer to it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the rumored feud between Pettersson and Miller.
Right. So the rumor mill's been churning for a while now about this, supposed conflict between these two guys.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, Miller's gone. But that story, it's not going away.
Nope, it's still popping up.
Which makes you think, okay, was there actually something going on there? And if there was, does trading one of them really solve the problem?
Right, it speaks to the whole team dynamic, right? It's not just about, having a bunch of talented players. You got to manage personalities, build a winning culture, and sometimes that means making tough choices.
Yeah. It's like They sent a message with this trade, but was it the right message?
Exactly. And was it received the right way?
Right, right. So, I mean, where do we go from here? What are we left with?
Well, the Canucks made a bold move, no question.
Yeah.
And the fallout from that is still, like, unfolding. Pettersson's under a ton of pressure to perform. The team dynamics are a big question mark. And we just don't know if this trade's going to help or hurt the franchise in the long run.
It's a total gamble.
It is. But it's fascinating. It really makes you think about how these teams work. It's not just about the game on the ice. It's about all this stuff that happens behind the scenes, the personalities, the relationships, the pressure, the expectations.
Right. It's like, is it always on the star player to step up? Or are there sometimes, like, bigger problems that need to be addressed?
Exactly. And who's responsible for addressing those problems? Is it the coach, the GM, the players themselves?
So many questions.
Yeah, and I don't think we have all the answers. But that's what makes this so interesting. This trade, it's like it's opened up a window into the inner workings of a professional hockey team. And it's going to be fascinating to see how it all plays out. What happens to Pettersson? What happens to the Canucks?
Only time will tell.
Exactly. But we'll be watching.
We'll be here to break it all down.
For sure. So, yeah, I think that about wraps it up for this deep dive.
Yeah, I think so. But, you know, this is something we're going to keep an eye on.
Oh, absolutely. This story's not over yet. Not by a long shot.
So until next time, keep those sticks on the ice.
And those pucks flying.
We'll see you soon.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.